Hello and welcome to Streaming Saturdays with VM Campos. Hey, that's me. Let me get my camera working right here. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. It is yet another Saturday, another day to play some Magic and do other stuff. I don't love how my webcam looks, but I think we'll get it eventually. I think we've got it right there. So, thanks everyone for coming by there. Hey, Stevie. Thanks for coming by. Let's confirm that all of our webcams work. So, we've got the game cam. There's the game cam, looks pretty good right there. There's our schedule. We'll look at the schedule one moment. We're looking at the amazing cam. Here's the amazing cam. It's working amazingly. Very good. Got the full screen cam right over here. You may notice a Star Wars comic right over there. Maybe if people remind me, I can grab it and show it fuller on the screen right over there. And then we've got the web browser cam over here, so we can maybe pull up some stuff. I don't know if I showed this this photo. If you're following me on Twitter, you saw here the cat trying to figure out technology. And not succeeding very well. And speaking of the card cam, we've got the card cam over here for a crack-a-pack, and we'll get to that a little bit later. Talk about stuff over there. Plus the question of the day and other stuff that we may do. Oh, I know what. Also, I need to make a note of this. I've got this other cool stuff that I'm going to add to YouTube and Twitch to take things to the next level. So remind me on that. I know I'm going to forget. I'm adding these new features to my YouTube and to the Twitch. We'll get to that a little bit later. So let's get over to some gameplay. Earlier today, I did do the gold digging. I just had I wanted to play a little bit of Arena, so I already got the gold. Even though I have their listed gold digging. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this new deck that I put together. Mono black. It's some brand new stuff. It's just this aggro type of mono black deck. There's a turn 1 creature. There's a turn 2 creature. There's a turn 3 creature, turn 4 creature. So there, in theory, there's a creature that I could play every single turn. And each one gets worse and worse and worse for the opponent. Then we've got some removal and other fun stuff, so it's been a fun deck to play with. The reward earlier, so here it is like this. So turn 1, Banehound, it's a 1/1 lifelink with haste. Turn 2 is Yarok's Fenlurker, which I didn't get here, which is a 1/1 that when you play it, the opponent has to discard a card. And then turn 3, it's the good old Rodaging Regisaur, which is a 7/6. And then turn 4 is a Phyrexian Negator, which is whenever the opponent damages the Phyrexian Negator, the opponent has to sacrifice permanents based on the damage. So it can be a really over-the-top. Oh, I just saw I'm at 99 followers on Twitch. Who will be the final follower? Can I convince anyone to come and follow if you're not follow? Okay, so this is going to be that Finn deck. Obviously, if they're going to do a turn 1 poison creature, then that means turn 2 is going to be Finn, because they want to poison me. But let's see if they block it or not. Okay, fine. So they block it. Play another creature right there. If it's turn 2 Finn, I will probably attack, and then they'll kill the Banehound, and then I can... Oh, one of those. Okay. Fine, we'll do this. Let's see if they fall for this. What I could do is just I could pretend. Oh, so there's nothing there. Let's do a board wipe, and then I'm sure that will confuse them. Why would you kill your own creature? Well, when you're dealing with the dark depths of black magic, sometimes your own creature is expendable. So the downside of this 7/6 is that the During the upkeep, I have to discard a card. Alright, so that Thorn Elemental, that's a good one, right? Whenever Thorn becomes the target of a spell, blah blah blah. Okay. So let's see about bringing out this 7/6. I have to sacrifice my own secondary Rotting Regisart, I guess, to hold up the Eat to Extinction just in case. Wildborn Preserver, sure. They can summon one more thing and make it, yeah, just like that, but then they don't have enough mana to make it bigger. Fine. So they're doing some, oh, they're doing an elf deck, okay. So that probably means the final card in hand is... Ooh, I got double of those, great. So they could have Collected Company next turn, and then attack me with a huge top deck, but let's get rid of that. Next turn I'm going to get a Gonti. Gonti is cool. So keep Gonti. Next turn I have to discard my Eat to Extinction. They have 2 cards left in hand. I've got a 7/6, 23 life. And the opponent thinks, nope, scary zombie dinosaur is too much. And if we notice, it does say zombie dinosaur. Flavor text, now that's a zombie. And that's Modris of Zargoth Fen. Yep, zombie. Okay, so we got 1 win off of it. It can, it needs tuning, of course, to deal with more things, and since this is just a best of 1, it can't deal with everything. But in the sideboard, I've got a few things that it could deal with. As the next opponent queues up, let's look at the question of the day. What's today? March 27th. Okay, so right here, we've got the haste creature, we've got some removal, way too much removal, but we'll see how it goes. March 27th. So, the question of the day. When was the last time you felt like you were on top of the world? So this was the, as I've said before, this is the journal that I bought at the start of 2020, and originally I was answering the question, the prompt, but then I was just, after that, at a certain point I just started to write what was going on in my day without really paying attention to the question. So a year ago, when I wrote this, you know, we're all friends here on the chat, so I wrote here myself, I do not want that Coatl. So let's see here, they'll probably block this, I'll gain some life, and then -2 to everything. Yeah, let's get rid of that Coatl. So I wrote, very good question, so I'm talking to myself here, and then I said, I feel a little down as I write this, but the question reminded me to look on the bright side. Uh-oh, I needed to, okay, actually, I can still get rid of that, actually. Yeah, let's get rid of it this way, and then see what's coming next. Yeah, Gonti, get on the squad. So, whatever was happening on March 27th last year, I'm sure it was because of the starting with the, oh, don't tell me opt. Nope. Okay, so, I'm sure because of the starting of the pandemic and such. By that time, that was March 13th when I started the stay-at-home orders, and then by the 27th, then I'm sure I wrote this, that, you know, I was a little down, but to think of the bright side. And I think that's always a good thing to think about in terms of the... Obviously, we all have our own challenges, but there can be worse things in life. All of these are pretty dumb. Enchanted creature gets +1 and cannot be blocked. I don't think I care about that. So how about a land? Yeah, let's take a land. Actually, I can't take the land. It exiles it. Whoops. Reading the card explains the card. I don't know why it shows it to you and lets you pick it. When Gonti enters, look at the top. 4 cards of the opponent's library, exile. 1 of them face down, then put the rest at the bottom. Okay. So it exiles it anyway, but then can't actually play it if it's a land. And are they going to counter that with that Frilled Mystic? Nope. Okay. So, looking on the bright side of life is always good, not always easily attainable, because sometimes things seem very hard. But it's been helpful to me, definitely, to think about that in terms of could be worse, you know, that sort of thing. Right, so nothing happens here until turn 3. They go first. I'm at a disadvantage, but I've got some removal. Now we can do that. Okay. So nothing on turn 1, but in turn 2 Yarok, turn 3 Arena. To draw more cards, I guess, and then the Regisar. Playing a black and white player. We haven't looked at my drawing a day stuff in a little while. Maybe we'll look at some of that. Alright, so the opponent had to discard a Creeping Chill when it's put into your graveyard. That didn't go into the graveyard. That's a 3-1. If they attack with a 2-1, do not care, but then if they... Okay, didn't attack. Very good. Let's draw some cards. If I do bring out that Regisar, it'll make me start discarding stuff, and it'll be harder to summon Liliana. Okay. Ooh, okay, very nice. Very mean. Final card must be discarded. Was it their most amazing card that they didn't want to lose? It was a land. Whoops. We've got some blockers. No, it was a Scourge Champion. Sacrifice and draw. No attacks. Ah, double attacks. Okay, I can easily block those two. Put more stuff in the graveyard. Double draw on this. Alright, well. Let's bring out a big ol' 7-6, and if I have to drop my other one, that's fine. That is a 1-1. That is a 1-1. Oh, that's what I want. That is a 1-1 zombie versus a 7-6 zombie dinosaur. Okay, so I'm sure they wanted to mill stuff. Seems to be a graveyard type of deck. Although I have a 7-6 and a 5. Boots of Wisdom. Return some elves to the hand. So they're playing white, black, and green. Alright, let's put this a different direction. I always do it the other way, but let's draw the card first, and then discard the card. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay. Yeah, definitely that's a better tactic. I had the default about discard then draw, but it's better, why not draw a bad card and discard it? Okay. I'll be able to exile that, and then GG, I guess. And then return something. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Fine. Alright, that's a 10/10 creature, but how about we do sorry on that? And they're like, so much hard work that I put into bringing a 10/10 out of the graveyard. And you exile it like nothing. Well, yes, when you subscribe to the dark arts of black mana, that's what happens. All your plans go akimbo. What's in today's store? Oh, there's a new sleeve. They've been putting some cool sleeves out there, and I think they're cool to get. So Ashiok. What I need to remember to do, however, is to apply those sleeves. I have all of these sleeves, but then I don't remember to apply them, especially with decks that already exist. I can't really see what the deck is until I open it. I can't see the sleeve. It would be nice to be able to see the sleeve. I just got the new sleeves from what's the new set? Strixhaven. So I don't know, I haven't memorized all of the new colleges yet, except Silver Quill. That's the black and white one. And what else? I believe this one's Quandrix. Silver Quill, Quandrix. Don't remember the other ones at the moment. Anyone out there remember the names of the new... I was gonna say guilds, but they're not guilds. Anyone remember the names of the new colleges that are coming soon? Silver Quill, Quandrix. We can look them up, of course, but we can do that later. Let's apply this to Chase. So the original two color combinations. The original two color combinations were so many Kahira decks. So I've got the standard 21. What is this deck again? So it's pretty much just kind of cats, I guess. Then a Kahira Brawl deck, a 100 singleton. Kahira Mono White. What is this one? Historic Kahira Mono White. Johnny's welcome. Authority of the consoles. Okay, so just gain a bunch of life. That's an honorary cat that's in here. Sentinel's Eyes and Johnny's Prey made swift response. Yeah, I don't know if I love... Oh, I guess this is... It's got to be a small creatures type of deck. Don't even remember when I made it. Then a regular historic deck of Kahira in Selesnya colors. I think that deck needs to be updated. It's missing that other cat. Green cat. Feline Sovereign. I like the art on this Huntmaster Liger, but I don't love what the card actually does. So I think I remember kind of putting this deck together a little bit. We want that Regal Caracal, of course. One of my favorite cards ever. And then also the... Leonin War Leader is fun. And then also... yeah, let's do this. So a bunch of cat-related things. Where's the Adorned Pouncer? There we go. So Adorned Pouncer, Swift Response, Bronze-Hide Lion, Vanishing Light, Feline Sovereign, Vivian, Kahira, Ajani. So one Planeswalker, a variety of Planeswalkers in there. 4 Cub Wardens. Well, just for fun, I'm kind of putting doubles of these. I have 4 of those. It's kind of 2 of everything. How about the Great Henge? Creature, some fun creature stuff. Revoke, Return, Root, Tribunal. I haven't played that deck in a little while, so I'm going to... let's give it a quick play. Historic Kahira. So a bunch of cats, Selesnya cats. So we've got a good curve of cats, and I think we can do fun stuff with those cats. We'll see how it plays, maybe with a little bit more removal. But I think that's kind of fun to have a strong tribal aspect of things. Look at that Thopter, that looks amazing. How do you even get that? Oh, look at that, I clicked it and it wants to attack me. It turns red and everything. So, yeah, this new, we've got some new kitties in there that were unlocked. And then my favorite one that they released. Oh, but I'm playing a red player, so they're gonna torch everything. Isn't it amazing how the algorithm always selects you to be with, like, your worst matchup? That art looks amazing. But here we have either they're going to counterspell me or they're going to shock it. It's pausing there, so let's see what amazing gameplay we have here. Gonna draw cards, okay. Turn 3, I can play Kahira. Let's see what happens here. Maybe they're doing... I haven't seen people play the Niv Mizzet deck in a long time. That's that 6-mana dragon guy. Ooh, love that double strike. Didn't play anything at all. Double red could be a fiery Anger of the Gods. Okay. Amazing. And then I'm out of land drops. Amazing. Yeah, I bet you this is going to be a Niv Mizzet deck. Because they want to draw cards, they want to wipe the board. Yeah, it's no fun to play against just a counterspell deck. So let's move on. I want to play Magic, not just see Magic. So moving on. Word to the wise on players that are just going to counterspell me. You can play by yourself. I wish the algorithm would pair up people that want to play counterspell so they can have a counterspell war as much as they want. I was listening to the Goldfish podcast, and I don't remember if it was a recent episode or an older one, but they were talking in there about how in other games, like I guess, I don't know, League of Legends, I have no idea these other games, what they said, in these other games you can choose that I don't want to play against a certain type of deck, and then you never play them. So how do you think that would be with Magic if we said, okay, I don't want to play against mill decks, I don't want to play against counterspell decks, I don't want to play against planeswalker decks. Or should it just be completely random, where like you could get paired up with completely unfun players? Any thoughts on that? Okay, so here's another red player. So okay, great is what I'm saying about the matching algorithm. It is a nice looking snow-covered mountain, but Steamkin? Nope, Magda. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do some sort of equipment treasure deck. Enjoy the randomness, but also having an edit feature can do wonders. Yeah, to be able to select possibly select what sort of matches you might want. Okay, so it's an equipment deck. Next turn, I can mutate my Cub Warden. I can mutate it or bring out the Leonin War Leader. I probably want to mutate it. So, okay, they already ramped up to that amount of mana. Okay. Mono red, they can easily have another one of those Anger of the Gods or Scorching Heat or whatever it's called. So if they attack and I block and I have one creature left, they could probably destroy it pretty easily. That's exactly what I thought. So even if I don't block here, I bet what they will do is do a board wipe, or are they going to bring out the Ember Cleave? I don't know, it's going to do a lot of damage. Pretty slow player for being a mono red. Okay, so next turn they're going to be able to go get Halvar and then equip, and if their thing dies, it'll just go back to their hand. Got blockers. Everything's got vigilance and lifelink. 22. Right there I can block. So they're going to create a treasure. They're going to go get the equipment. Probably equip it. The art on that looks pretty amazing. The Tyrite sword with those purple tones and teal tones. And that's weird. I would have thought that they got the sword. Okay, they're gonna get a dragon instantly in 20 years. Probably that one Dragon Terror of the Peaks. That's a really good one. Oh, a Drakuseth. Fine. Guess if I block that, the mana production is done, and then they might do a board wipe and it'll probably live because it's a 7/7. Double Magda. Okay. Fine. So, make more cats. So I need my removal here, but it's not coming. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's lethal if they don't block with Magda. They could have that one red instant to give the creature first strike. Yeah, you need to block that. Fine. Math. Oh, never mind. I thought I was attacking with everything, but... Alright, so it's going to attack and then take out 2 of my cats. And I'll have 2 cats left. And then after that, interesting. Oh, this is gonna be. I was gonna say this is gonna be. Well, it's probably still gonna be Embercleave, but. They have no blockers, and I have 34 life. They're obviously they're gonna create 1 blocker before they pass the turn here. Gum up the works. Banish on that. This is kind of pretty easy to do here. Clearly they're going to, there's not much finesse that they can do here. They're just going to attack, kill my blocker, then have to keep building my stuff up. Yeah, slow players are slow. So this Bronze Hide Lion is pretty fun. It's a 3/3. It can get indestructible, and if it dies, it will attach itself to another creature and give that creature indestructible, potentially. Alright, it's going to be the good old Rat Colony deck. So clearly they won't block. They're going to play at least 1 Rat Colony. They probably won't attack after that as well. Let's see if they get greedy here and they attack with that Rat Colony. Haven't seen the Rat Colony deck in a while. It's such a meme. It's a 2/1, and it gets +1 for each other rat you control. Not just Rat Colony, it can be any rat. A deck can have any number of cards named Rat Colony. So you could have 20 of these in one deck instead of the limitation of just 4. So they decided to murder instead. Fine. There's a new emote to get on a challenge this week. So I have this one of the Valkyrie shrugging, and there's another one about an angel reading the card explains the card. And so there's another one that there's one this week that when they're like, never mind, rats versus cats is not a good idea. I was about to then summon one of my favorite cats. I don't think I've ever heard that sound. Is that the most unique sound out there? Because it sounded weird. They turned reading the card explains the card into an emote? They did the shrug sort of thing, which I've been using it in so many instances. We can go, oops, where can we go over here to see it? I've just been using it in so many instances as I play the opponent. Right there, like, shrug. So I've been doing it when they kill a creature of mine, but it doesn't really do too much because I have another copy ready to summon, or they did like some sort of effect that they thought was going to be amazing, but then I shrug it off. So I've been using that for so many reasons. Now I won't unlock it yet until more friends of the stream show up. But if we see here, historic Brawl is going on, which I love, of course. And here's the next emote right there. It's the Glee. I wonder how it gets animated. I would like for it to see how it goes animation, but she probably like claps or something. So I love that one, and there's a few more coming, I think, in the next few weeks. So this one, when this Brawl event happens, I'll sign up for it in a little while when more chat friends show up. But for the moment, let's switch over to I was playing with this cat deck. Do the cat deck a little bit more. This one was based off an article from a year ago for Pioneer, but I tried to build it then in here. Okay, so we're playing Lurrus, so that means they're gonna have that one enchantment that they will play over and over out of the graveyard. So how do I get rid of that? Do I have anything in this deck that would be able to make that happen? I'm sure this is going to be a mono black deck. They're going to try to get a turn 1 Thoughtseize, and then they're going to try to play its dead weight or something, one of those enchantments that ooh, they're playing blue, actually weird. Okay, and then I'm missing land drops, amazing. But the low curve here, so as long as I get one more mana. Foretell anything? Nope, they're doing Shram. Okay, so they're about to do, yes, amazing. So they're about to do the a bunch of artifacts on board. Whenever you cast an aura, draw on, yeah, never mind. When they put some equipment and stuff. Oh, okay, Core Spirit Dancer's a good one. Make it fly, they're popping off already. Well, GG opponent, I can't play Magic if I don't get lands, so let's try that again. They say we've got sideboards here, so that means I need to Deafen Silence, Banishing Light, Settle the Wreckage. So let's decrease our curve. Rays of Pollen them a little bit. Go that way. Okay, let's try that one more time. Now you may say, why did you keep a one-lander? Because there's enough lands in the deck to make it viable, number one, and the probability of not drawing another land is astronomical beyond the reaches of time and space. So if I was playing a top-heavy deck, then I might not have kept it, but this time doing the second turn play. Okay, if I get my green, I can play the Pride Sovereign. Cartouche creates a creature, gives it first strike. Let's get that out of here. If I can get a green source, what I could do is of course, and then no more lands. Okay, at least let's get that out of here, because that's going to be card advantage. Hey there, Dark Lord. I'm trying to make it with the algorithm messing with me. Yep. Got messed up by it. So 2 games in a row where the lands were weird, so moving on. No need to waste time on that. Alright, let's see another question of the day. Let's see. Haha, this one's interesting. Who do you aspire to be like? So I guess it's basically a question about role models. Who do you, oh, look at the opponent. Look at that. Wow, the opponent has like a billion. Look at that. The opponent has 243 cards in their hand. So I mean their library. The opponent has 243 cards, plus 7 in their hand. Hilarious. Yeah, this is my cat deck, one of my many cat decks. So, in theory, the opponent is they've got 1,000,000 cards in their library, but the problem with having so many cards is you don't know what card you're gonna get when you need it. Plus, you have to slowly build your deck. Here, I'm got a turn 2 play, and then I know I've got a Banishing Light to wreck their ploy. Okay, phone call. Let me answer this one moment. So apparently the opponent is also playing cats. They're trying to out-cat me. Now they're missing land drops, unfortunately, and that's never fun. But oh, plus I also say that they're a gold player, and I'm platinum. So whoops, I am the villain. I am the villain of this match. Whereas other times I would be. See, but the problem is that they've got 243 cards in their deck. So how much sympathy are we going to have? I bet the opponent was like, I want this card and this card and this card and this card, but then they didn't put enough lands. I don't think the algorithm would properly give you enough lands when you go wacky with 240 cards in your deck. And yeah, they didn't draw another card, and like you can't really play if you don't have lands. So what are you trying to do there? I don't even know how to sideboard this, so we'll just play another one. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, did you know that he co-wrote a comic book that just came out? So if people don't know, besides Magic, I also do stuff about another mulligan. I also do stuff about comic books. And so, of course, I do weekly videos about comics coming soon, and then those are shorts. I release them every Friday, and then I do a weekly review of the comics that came out that week. So he co-wrote a comic book called Berserker, not Berserk, because that's the classic anime. Berserker is what he co-wrote, and basically the character in that looks like Keanu Reeves, but way like bulkier. And what it's about is this seemingly immortal warrior that's been around 4,000 years, and he is in the current 2020s, and he's recruited by the CIA or something to take out the bad guys, something like that. So yeah, he co-wrote it, and it came out a couple of weeks ago. I reserved a copy at my local comic shop, but I haven't been to pick up my comics. I go once a month, and so next week, at the last week of the month, is when I go to the comic shop to pick up my comics, and then I do a video about it. So, Svella. Well, sorry about that. Svella's a good card, but I can't let you do that, Star Fox. And yep, the opponent has one card left in hand. I don't know, this was a bit of a one-sided battle, unfortunately. Although they have the... okay, fine. And then a Doom Scar. Do not need to block that. And then how about one of these cats right here? Attack with these. They probably will block that lion, but then I can pass on its powers to... oh, double blocking, okay. Yep, that'll work. Haven't had oat milk. I'm trying to think, but probably yes. And the opponent's like, I'm not going to be able to catch up after this. Yes, it would be difficult. Sorry, opponent. Hopefully I'm not ruining your opinion of Magic. Because they were a gold player, and here they are playing a platinum player. They're at low gold, and I'm at low platinum. But it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum. So we're not extremely far from each other. But then they're also playing this huge meme deck that I don't think I was extremely aggro, but my cat scratched them, and they could never build what they were trying to build. I have no idea what they were trying to build here. kind of a mishmash of things. Svella could do cool stuff. Yeah, and then I exiled Svella, so that's kind of their whole plan there. So, if I've had oat milk, I haven't had it recently, and I don't go out of my way to drink it. I would, with probably a little bit of flavoring onto it, like not a lot of sugar, but maybe a little bit also vanilla flavoring and such. Why do you ask? Are you into oat milk? I think one of the hot things at the moment is the. So I got into coffee in 2020, being at the stay-at-home pandemic orders. I got into coffee, so my phone, because obviously it spies on you, has been showing me so many recipes. You know, when I wake up and check the news and all of that, it told me all about. It tells me so many coffee recipes, and so it told me that the current craze is shaken. What's it called? Starbucks shaken oat milk coffee. So now when I give it a try. Alright, the opponent's got black, blue, and green colors, so plenty of counter spells and removal and control until they take out their big stuff. Hopefully I can aggro them a little bit before then. In the meantime, going to see about. Now that is double black there. They could have removal. They could have a board wipe, but I guess we'll try it this way. I don't want to lose both my lions. I don't want to get too aggro and lose everything. So if they wipe, I can bring the Sacred Cat back to life, and then I've got the Bronze Hide Lion, triple black. Oh, hostage taker. Okay, we're gonna steal my 3/3, which is fine. Don't want them to steal my Caracal. Haven't seen Hostage Taker in a while. When it was first printed back in Ixalan, it actually had an error. It had an error when it was printed. Might as well send the whole cat squad. It had an error when it was printed, so see, it says here. When Hostage Taker enters the battlefield, exile another target creature artifact until Hostage Taker leaves. It used to not have that, exile another. So technically, you summoned it, and it can exile itself, and it's an infinite loop where you lose. Because the it could not re-trigger itself. It would keep triggering itself, and you couldn't do an action, and therefore you would lose the game. Sure, lay down your defenses. That's fine. Fine. Math. Alright, so what are we dealing with? We're dealing with some shenanigans where they steal my stuff. I have no way to deal with that. That was their main thing that they were doing, just building mana to steal my stuff. The only way that I can really deal with that is if I have the Apostle of Purifying Light, which has protection from black, so it would not be targetable. And then I've also got the Banishing Light, which would remove their Stealer, so I can get my thing back. And then I guess settle the wreckage if they attack me with my own thing. So, what was the stream agenda tonight? It's getting covered by the things on the screen, but that's the agenda right there. I'll read those one moment. Let me finish sideboarding here. can steal target creature or artifact. Okay, well, if I have Planeswalker, they can't grab that. And then Icon of Ancestry, let's take that away. And they were basically creature-based, I guess. Let's change things up a little bit. So we're still at the gold digging aspect of things. I got carried away with that, so we will do... I've been streaming for about an hour now, so we will do the Crack-a-Pack in just a moment. Let's see if I can win this one. Alright, so here is the best case scenario. Turn 1, Sacred Cat. Turn 2, Pride Mate, but I know that they've got the steal my stuff strategy, so that's going to be annoying. Hopefully the other things that will deal with that will come to pass. Alright, so we're going to do gold digging, we're going to crack a pack, we are going to do the historic shakeup, which is historic brawl. So what are they going to steal? Are they going to steal my 4/4 cat, which will not be a 4/4 once they steal it, but if they steal it, then I'll Banishing Light it and then set them back. See, that's exactly it. So, okay, womp womp, because they stole it, but I'm going to steal it back and then give them this emoji. So if they summon another one of those hostage takers, I've got a 5/5, Chupacabra, they get to choose, so I forgot all about that. Why didn't they kill my 5/5? Weird. It's a little weird. Okay, let's do this. So much synergy right here. I'm sure they'll say, I can take one more hit. Which I'm sure, yep, that's it. So what's next? Another hostage taker or another Chupacabra? Whatever is, oops, double. Okay, yeah, so it's another Chupacabra. They're going to kill the 6/6, which is fine. I'm going to attack with my squad. They're going to need to block. No attacks. Oops, okay. Let's go for it here. Fine. Fine. And they can resummon that if they get one more mana. I bet you they're going to get one more mana. 1, 2, 3, that is 5 mana. No, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's not enough mana. Okay, they could have recast that, couldn't they have? 3, 4, 5. They could have recast that and then made another Vizier. Oops, and then they reshuffled their graveyard. Whoops, that might have been a misplay. They should have copied their. They should have copied their. Well, now it got to the graveyard. They should have copied that out of the graveyard, made another Chupacabra, and destroyed myself. And I'm just flooding on lands. Amazing. This is how it ends. Double kill on that. Don't summon that because they're just going to replay. What amazing luck that happened right there. That they can. But actually, they killed the Chupacabra, so that's fine. Scarab God. Okay, it's a good one. Alright, let's go to the next round over here. I guess it's just going to be about the luck of the draw. When you get 3 turns in a row with lands, that's pretty much game over. Alright, in theory what I could do here, I can make that cat so big, although the opponent, the algorithm is messing with the opponent now, so they had to mulligan like 10 times. Alright, turn 1, Vanguard, turn 2, Pride Mate, turn 3, other Vanguard, and then I get a huge cat. So they mulligan down to 4. I doubt that it was strategically. I think they just got some bad hands. They mulliganed so fast that I'm sure they got bad hands. So hopefully that slows them down, and when I get double Vanguards here, alright, let's see if they fall for this. I would rather have tap land. Alright. Double life off of that. How does that even happen? Let's see if they block something. Fine. 3 life. Fourth mana? Is that fourth mana going to be the hostage state? No, it comes in tapped. 3 mana for Reclaim, which claim kills nothing. And now you have 1 blocker, so GG opponent. Yep, that adds up. There we go. Alright, I gotta answer this quick thing here, and then we'll continue one moment. Alright everyone, we are back. So, let's change things up a little bit. Let's do a crack-a-pack. Where did I put those? This desk is so cluttered. Oh, here they are, right under my cell phone. Alright, so we've got a, thank you, we've got a pack to crack. Let's switch over. We're going to open a Time Spiral pack. So this is the latest one that came out. Here we have the sliver sleeve. Not the sleeve, but the package. So card cam. Also, I wanted to show this. So remember last week I was saying I have these rewards. I went to the store and got some markers. So I have 3 different colors. Let's see what you all think. So from top to bottom, on the top it's silver, in the middle it's copper, and on the bottom is gold. Let me confirm that. Yeah. So top is silver, middle is copper, and then bottom is gold. Now obviously the silver, you know, if you look at it like this, the silver is the one that stands out the easiest, and then the other 2 don't fully stand out. But then when you look at them in the light, and you know, you see them in the light, wow, that gold looks nice, and then the copper looks good. Oh, so if you catch them like that, if you catch them in the light like that, I think all the colors look amazing. If you get a little closer. So silver is very obvious, and it looks nice. And then we've got gold at the bottom. If we catch the light over here somewhere, gold looks nice, and copper looks nice. It doesn't look as amazing on my camera. I think it's just trying to capture it properly. But maybe if we look at it over here as well, and if it ever focuses. So if it catches the light, I think these can look really nice. Oh, there you go. You can see a little bit of the copper in the middle versus the gold at the bottom. So what do you all think? These are rewards. If people join the Patreon, look right there, patreon.com/EronCampos, they unlock various things, and one of the things that they unlock is one of these cards. I will mail you one of these cards signed. Plus, depending on the reward tier, you also get other stuff. And I'm going to soon activate. YouTube has given me the ability to soon activate on YouTube the ability to do memberships on YouTube. Now, I'm still going to do these streams, of course, totally for free every Saturday, and I'm still doing lots of deck techs for free, of course, but then I'm going to put a couple of extra things here and there for members, and everything starts at $1 per month to join on this extra stuff. And what the extras will be is one of these, and obviously I picked this one because that's the card. That's my card right there, Enthralling Victor. So then it's going to be signed, and you can have there, and they totally 3D rendered me right there when I posed for them. And what do you all think? Which one do you like the best of the colors of the signature? Silver, copper, or gold? So I was testing out the various colors off of that to see which one I liked, but let's see what all of you like. And in the meantime here, I'm going to start opening up the crack-a-pack. Alright, so this is Time Spiral Remastered, the set that is more for the old timers that played originally back in whenever this happened, 2010 or something. Erratic Mutation, 3 mana instant, choose target creature, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. That creature gets minus or plus X minus X until end of turn, where X is the card's converted mana cost. put all cards revealed this way at the bottom. So choose a creature. So you choose their creature or your creature, I guess. Reveal cards from the top until you hit a non-land. That creature gets very, very weird. So this is probably a play on that vintage unstable mutation. If we go over to the web browser, I can show you that one. It seems to be vaguely like this old card here. So there was a card from a long time ago called Unstable Mutation, right here. 1 green mana, I mean 1 blue mana, enchantment, aura, enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3. At the beginning of the upkeep of the enchanted creature's controller, put a -1/-1 counter on it. So slowly the creature, so first the creature gets huge, but then slowly the creature dies. And on the very first version of it, way back in Arabian Nights 1994, that was the original art right there. Really freaky Doug Schuler art. And check out the old wording. Target creature gains +3/+3. Now, it's so interesting that these old vintage cards, how they used to word these, because it says target creature gains +3/+3. Gains +3/+3, like it doesn't even, I guess it doesn't fully explain itself that it's permanent. And then after that, each round put a -1/-1 counter on the creature. Each round, you don't even use those words. Now it's at the beginning of the upkeep of the enchanted creature's controller. Each round put a -1/-1 counter on the creature during its controller's upkeep. These counters remain even if this enchantment is removed before the creature dies. So it has to tell you that all of that is permanent. I guess just the +3 remains as long as the enchantment is on it, but then after that any -1s remain. Okay, back to the cards. That was barely the first one. Having too much fun with the vintage stuff. Okay, so unstable or erratic mutation. Riddle of Lightning. 5 mana instant. Choose any target. Scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library. Riddle of Lightning deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to that permanent or player. So let's say I chose the opponent's Planeswalker, then I scry 3, and then I reveal the top card and it does some damage. Yeah, very weird. Piracy Charm. 1 blue, choose 1. Instant. Target creature gains Island Walk until end of turn, or target creature gets +2/-1 until end of turn, or target player discards 1 card. So the charms are always cool because you have all of these various modes you can choose at the right time. Reflex Sliver, boo, ban the slivers. 4 mana, creature sliver. All slivers have haste. Let's see why I hate slivers. Deep Cavern Imp, 3 mana. Imp Rebel, flying in haste, and it's got Echo, discard a card. So you pay 3 mana, and this can attack right away as a 2/2. If you want to keep it, you have to discard a card next turn. If you don't pay it, then you have to sacrifice it. So Echo was you had to pay things twice if you wanted to keep it. Thallid, I could have sworn that said Thallid Terminator. Thallid Germinator, 3 mana. Fungus. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on it. Remove 3 spores, create a 1/1, sacrifice a sapperling. Target creature gets +1 until end of turn. Giant Dust Wasp, 5 mana. 3/3 flying, suspend 4. So instead of paying 5 mana, what you could do is pay 2 mana, and then 4 turns later, you get it for free. Sidewinder Sliver, a single white. It's a 1/1. All slivers have flanking. So, that vintage ability, flanking, that they haven't used in 20 years, which is whenever a creature without flanking blocks a sliver, the blocking creature gets -1 until end of turn. So it weakens the opponent's creature if they block it. If they block you. Sunlance, 1 white sorcery, deals 3 damage to target non-white creature. Back when the color pie was much more defined, you know, the black cards hating the white cards, the green cards hating the red cards. It's easy for the innocent to speak of justice, they seldom feel its terrible power. Orim, Samite Inquisitor. Oh, he used to be Samite Healer, but he's Inquisitor on this alternate reality. Joyra's Time Bug, that looks pretty cute. It is a artifact insect, 2 mana, 1/2, tap it, choose target permanent you control or suspended card you own. If that permanent or card has a time counter on it, you may remove a time counter or put another time counter. Oh, this is pretty cool. It messes with your opponent's stuff that they've got something suspended ready to come soon. Well, keep tapping this and you keep putting counters on it, on their opponent's creature, and it never comes. Spellburst, blue and X, buy back 3, counter target spell with CMC of X. So if the opponent's about to play their 4/4 creature, you pay 4 on it and you stop it, you can buy back and pay an extra 3, and instead of this going to the graveyard, you can keep it in your hand. So buyback was you pay extra and you can keep the spell in your hand instead of go to the graveyard. That was the first uncommon. Paradise Plume, 4 mana artifact. As Paradise Plume enters, choose a color. Whenever a player casts a spell of the chosen color, you may gain 1. So you gain life when the opponent casts a spell color, and then tap it for 1 mana of any color. So it's a mana rock plus gain a little life. Nowadays, I don't doubt that they would print this as 3 mana, doing the exact same thing. But back then, I'm sure they were scared. Like, we can't have it do 2 things at once. Let's put it at 4. I bet nowadays they could easily print this as 3 mana and still do both of those, no problem. Alright, then we have one more uncommon. Char Rumbler, 4 mana, creature elemental. It's got double strike. Oh, wait a minute, it's a -1/3. That's amazing. This was such a wacky set. So the creature starts off as a -1/3, but it's got double strike, so -1 times 2 is -2. So you have to pay a bunch of red mana for it to get out of the negative. You have to pay 2 red mana to become a 1/3. Then it's got double strike, and then it can deal 2 damage. So, hey Ashley, how are you doing? Glad you can make it. We're right in the middle of the crack-a-pack of Time Spiral. I don't know if you've gotten any cards of Time Spiral. I don't know if you played during Time Spiral block originally, but we just had our minds blown by this -1/3 Char Rumbler with double strike. Elementals flourished as Dominaria healed, and new forms of life adapted to the land's reinfusion with mana. So if you're playing mono red, you can pump 4 mana into this and make it a 2/3, and then with double strike it does 4 damage. Kind of a lot of work, I guess, but kind of fun. And then the rare is Darnation. Oh, look at that. That's exactly the card that I wanted. 4 mana sorcery, destroy all creatures. They cannot be regenerated. I've got that sleeve on Arena, actually, if we switch back to the game for a moment. And we go look at the... go look at my decks. Yeah, they re-released they called it Time Spiral Remastered. So they took all 3 of those sets, Time Spiral, Planar Chaos, Future Sight. They took all 3 of those and synthesized it into one set. So instead of 600 cards, it's 289 of them, and took the best, most memorable of them, and they just released it maybe 2 weeks ago. but I wanted to show, oops, where do we go here? Deck, sleeves, what's the easy way to check sleeves? At some point I bought the Damnation sleeve over here, so there it is right there. Now on the paper, okay, it looks cool, there's a black hole, everything's dying. On Arena, it actually has animation, look at that, everyone getting sucked into the black hole. It has a little sound effect, as you might be able to hear it too. Yeah, so this is now a mythic rare. Back in the day, it was just rare, right? And now it's mythic rare, so it's even harder to get. But that's one of the ones that I wanted to get out of the packs that I bought, so perfect. Then we've got one of the vintage frames, and that is a Thoughtseize. Oh man! And they were also saying that the vintage Thoughtseize was going to be very, very popular. So taking a modern card and putting it in the vintage themed, the 1997 frame. You've been doing well. Been tackling the 100-day coding challenge. You're on day 20. Have you dealt with functions yet? Or iterative loops? I know you said you dealt with arrays early on, but what about functions or loops? Any dream is a robust harvest. Still, I prefer the time-worn dreams, heavy with import, that haunt the obsessive mind. So, yep, Thoughtseize, brutal. And then we've got the Sapperling token. That's not my Sapperlings. Give me the Sapperlings from Fallen Empires. Who did that art? Warren Mahey. Alright, let's get back to the gameplay. I'm very happy with this pack, actually. I got two cards that were kind of amazing. So I got the Vintage Border Thoughtseize with the original art, and then I've got a Damnation over here, so perfect for my decks. Alright, let's move on to the next item on the agenda, the Historic Shakeup. This is a free event. I doubt any of my decks fall under their banned list, but let's just see what's on the banned list to see. Oh yeah, I think this is a little outdated. They keep referring back to this article. But it's the one from December. So this is Historic Shakeup Week 3. Okay, here's what's in banned in week 1, week 2, week 3. Okay, week 3. Danto Vanguard, Drowned in the Loch, Karn, yes, get that out of here. Knight of the Ebon Legion, Lightning Strike, Lanhor Elves, Luminarch Aspirant, I hate that card. Narset, that's a good one. Nissa, that's another good one. Righteous Valkyrie, they just published this card and they're already banning it. Ugin, of course, that's a good one, and then Zenith Flare, that's a good one. So none of my decks have those cards in there, so I don't think this is going to affect my deck much here. So let's give it a shot here with some historic stuff. Let's go with the cat deck. You want to look ahead on your course near the end. Day 60 is where you're going to learn how to build a coding portfolio. Yeah, that would make sense, because little by little you have to learn the basic things of something and then put it together into a portfolio. Now, you said that was Python, right? You said you were learning Python, I believe. Okay, so they have black mana, that's obviously a removal. They're passing with removal. I guess if I lose my Adorned Pouncer turn 2, I can live with that because it'll come back to life. It's great to make something real out of all the small pieces, yeah. So if people don't know, I teach college classes, and one of them is about Programming. I teach programming in JavaScript, and so the way it's a beginning level 1. And in there, what I do is build up. Ooh, are they doing chromatic black in here? No, because they're not black. But anyway, what I do in there is. Let's see, are they gonna torch this lion? What I do there is little by little. Every time I teach the class, I have to readjust myself in terms of, okay, we're starting at 0. Let us, oh man, that's a good one, but sorry about this, I'm about to ruin this person's life. And so, starting every semester in that class, I have to readjust myself in terms of, okay, we got to go back to the basics. I can't even talk about functions yet. And then we have to just talk about the basic concepts. Oh man, the basic concepts of programming. Oh man, that was a mistake. I selected to attack there, and I didn't attack with the lion. Whoops. Yeah, in the JavaScript class in there. So hopefully, when you took the JavaScript class, it helped a little bit in terms of thinking like a programmer. So Locust God's a good one. I would have loved. Oh yeah, that is untapped. Okay, so let's go forward over here. With a bunch of cats. Gonna block anything. Yeah, that reading the card explains the card. Crispy blowfish. And they're like, never mind. Yeah, see, here's a pro tip. When you see an icon of a double sword, that doesn't mean you're gonna get double crossed. It means you're gonna get double striked. So we won our first item here. What do we get? Come on, something good. Don't let it crash before I get my reward. Uh-oh, it's gonna be a mythic. Combustible Gear Hulk. Who cares? Actually, Geo cares on that one. He's not in the chat at the moment, but Geo uses this card in his deck. 6 mana, 6/6. First strike. When Combustible Gear Hulk enters the battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If that player does not, you mill 3 cards, then Combustible Gear Hulk deals damage to that player equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. Okay, so that wall of text, it's kind of fun. So they summon, I summon the 6/6, and then they get to choose. Let me draw 3 cards, which is of course amazing. And if they say no, you don't get those cards, what happens instead? I mill 3 cards, and then I add up all of the mana costs of those, and then it deals damage to them. So it is a great conundrum card. All right, we won 1 so far. Let's see if we can keep. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I've been forgetting to do this. I spent so much time on this. So I need to remember to do this because I have to remember to look over here to do this. I have these brand new cool visual things to these little video clips to play when something happens. So okay, I won 1. Let me play one of my epic videos. There we go. So every time, so when something cool, something epic happens, I can have that video clip play. And I've got a bunch of them ready to go. Like I've got some, like if if I'm on a winning streak, if the opponent rage quits, if death is near for me. I've got a bunch that I can play at the right time, but I have to remember to click it. Some of the more advanced streamers have a special dial pad, a separate sort of app that they can just press the button right away, and it's a macro that automatically does it. I have to do it the low-tech way. Surprisingly enough, when you started the 100-day challenge, you thought you would forget most of it. Yeah, the more you do it, the more it sticks. The more you remember your JavaScript. Okay, yeah, because I tried to teach it in a way that was accessible. Programming is complicated, but I think everyone can do it once they think like a programmer, once they think like a computer. Alright, this is not a good hand, but they go first. I'm sure I'll draw a white mana source. Alright, so they're doing that. Okay, there's a white source, but it's a scry. Surprisingly enough, the teacher teaches a bit of JavaScript as well. Oh, that's interesting. Usually... Alright, so let's see if they don't have pacifism here. That video clip wasn't too loud, was it? I don't get the exact sense of how it sounds all to you. It felt slightly loud on my side, but you can all tell me, did that video clip sound too loud? That was Melissa Aufdemar rocking out on her. Okay, that'll work. Can't put a +1 on a thing that's dead. Pro tip. So I'll play that one at the opportune time. Oh, they paused with triple white mana. I'm sure that means that there's like a kill your thing when it attacks spell, so I'll attack with one thing. You're pretty much the same database decibels as my normal mic. Okay, good. That sounds database, right? We were talking about programming, and when I saw dB, I thought database. But decibels. Okay, so we got double cats over here. How is that even possible? Three mana doesn't... Oh, okay. And now they lost their will to live with a 12/12 life gain. Okay, that's perfect with the... I think that works perfectly as a perfect example of this. All right, so that's 2 wins right there for the next rare. We're gonna get another good rare. So from what you learned, you think, oh, okay, we got that instead. So what you learned, you think you got confidence, no, or you can build up the bite-sized games. That's really cool because games definitely have much more complexity. Games are always a good way to learn programming because they put together these little pieces of a puzzle into something big, and they're very tangible to show what you know. So I have these other all of these other little video clips ready to go for cool stuff. Alright, let's see here. They're not going to block this, but next turn I can bring in that Pride Sovereign, after that Leonin War Leader. Building your own world, that'd be cool. Taking what you know of all of the various things, Colossal Majesty, you get to take a turn off. Okay. Okay, double striker on that, but let's bring out this little kitty first. Then next turn we can bring in the War Leader. They're playing mono green. Okay, mono green. You can have all the bucks for yourself, exactly. If you, in the other college that I teach, that one is mobile app programming, so that's way more advanced. And on that one I talk about how anyone can be a mobile app programmer and get rich 99 cents at a time. There's no impediment there, especially if you go with the Android ecosystem, because the barriers to entry are a lot lower. It costs 90. If you didn't know this, well, let me say it this way: if you create an Amazon App Store account, it is free, and then the apps that you upload to the Amazon App Store, you know, it's free. And if you go to the Android App Store, it costs $30 one-time fee at the Android App Store to create an account there. And then the Apple App Store costs $99 per year to have an account there, even if you're releasing your apps for free. So those are the three big app stores. Amazon, free to create the account. Android Marketplace, whatever the current name of it is, that costs $30 one-time fee. And then the Apple App Store costs $99. Now, I'm platform agnostic. It's all good, whatever platform you all have. When I teach this, it is definitely that issue there. Oh man, it is definitely the issue that, well, you killed my little cat and it can come back as a zombie, but how about instead we make a 7/7? How about we make a 9/9? How about we make a 9/9 with lifelink? And the opponent's like, never mind. I just noticed the opponent. The opponent is Darth Malou, and couldn't handle the cat onslaught, even though they have a cool, Thopter. Yeah, exactly. $30 one-time fee is not bad at all. Now, all three of the app stores, however, do take a 30% commission. So if you're selling your app for $1, they get 30 cents. So no matter if the Amazon App Store is free to get your apps there, then they take 30%. So they take 30% of your free apps as well, because as we all know, 30% of 0 is 0. Okay, turn 1 cat, turn 2 pride mate, and then I've got turn 3 sovereign, and then if I need to banish something, turn 4 war leader. Here's another question of the day. Let's see. So it's blank. Oh man, they're playing mono red. Fervent champion, amazing. Okay, fine. They're gonna do a turn 2 Robber of the Rich, of course. This mono red deck is so freaking obvious. Anyway, the question of the day is blank or something that made you laugh. That's bad enough right there. Something that made you laugh. What was something that made you laugh? Let me think. What made me laugh recently? What made me laugh? Okay, check out this deck tech right here. Zombie Cat back from the brink. And then Cat. And then next turn, War Leader, I think. Equipment, Mortality, fine, do not care. 2 enchantments, wow, fine. You should probably not attack. Alright, so this can be pretty amazing. Well, let's get rid of one of these. Let's see if they fall for this. If I lose that lifelinker, it doesn't matter at all, because I've got another one. Instead, they will block. Fine. No, not my zombie cat. Leave my zombie cat alone. The Rune of Speed, whatever. Alright. Cat. War Leader. I'm sure they're going to block the 7/7. That's fine. Then I get those 2/2s. What else? Robber, sure. I was going to say cats versus zombies, but they're not even playing anything really on brand. They have a dinosaur, they have a goblin warrior, they have an elf berserker, so I don't know what they're trying to combine. And they're like, let me take out your lifelinker. So they better top deck something good. Good game. So what made me laugh recently? Sure, lots of things made me laugh. Can't quite think of any at the moment. Did I watch anything fun on YouTube that made me laugh? Speaking of YouTube, let me show you something here. And Twitch as well. Coming soon to YouTube and Twitch, I've got my own emotes. Coming soon. So switching over here, web browser. This is how it looks like behind the scenes. This is super secret, don't tell anyone. But coming soon is this. I need to change these emotes for something better. But I made these over here. They're kind of small, but they're not super visible there. But can I zoom in? So it's going to be me, and it's going to say various things, such as hype, GG, RIP, and LOL. Whenever you see RIP, do you say RIP, or do you say RIP? I think I say IRIP, but I think most people say RIP. And I like to say LOL, but I think other people say LOL. So these are coming soon. if they get approved, you'll be able to do these emoji. Where something is hype, you'll be able to say hype, and then I'll appear there with a hype icon and such. And that's coming to both YouTube and Twitch. If we go look at Twitch, same thing. Emotes over here. It's the same things. Although Twitch only allows 3 for the moment. So if you're over on Twitch, you'll be able to do a hype, GG, and a rip. These are currently pending. The other one that I submitted months ago was rejected because they... I don't know what. I don't know why they rejected them. But I just submitted these a day ago, and let's see if they approve them or not. Everyday laughing with your cat. He's goofy, lolling, rewatching Arrested Development. I need to rewatch that, definitely. I remember when Arrested Development came out, I didn't pay too much attention to it, and then I started to hear good things about it, and I watched a few episodes, and I'm like, what did I miss here? And I probably skipped like the first 2 seasons, and then I started to watch it, and I thought, what did I miss? So I don't think I've seen completely the first couple of seasons, so I definitely need to catch up on. I've been rewatching a bit of The Office. We can talk about that in a moment. What did the old emotes look like? I didn't have any, actually. I didn't have any old emotes. So on Twitch or YouTube, I didn't have any emotes before. There's badges as well. I need to update these. These are the longer that you remember, the different badge that you get, and I haven't fully figured out what I want to do on those. So those got the default ones, but that's that right there. Let's take one more break, and then when we come back, we'll play a little bit more and then do other stuff. We're about to get into hour 2 of the stream, and I think this little guy is starting to take effect. So, we're gonna take a little break, and then after that, we'll play some more games, crack some more packs, do some more other stuff in just a moment. Ovaltine doesn't have you falling on the floor with too many of these. This is a chai latte, a spiked chai latte. So there's this really good chai latte mix from Trader Joe's. So that's what the base is, and it's got possibly 2 shots of cognac. And I'm about halfway through it. and it's starting to work. So got a good idea for it to make it feel like old school 90s edutainment show. Speaking of your YouTube channel, Stevie, it was very cool to see the unboxing of the Bob Ross lands. I haven't bought any secret layers. The only one that... they're all cool, but I don't really need the cards. The one that I wanted to get was the first one, the OMG Kitties one, and I don't know how I totally spaced on them. I wanted to get it. I'm mixing uppers and downers, yes. Very, very bad. Don't do that, kids. Stay in school. But I wanted to get the OMG Kitties, and I just spaced out on it, and I didn't get them, and now they're like $90 or more. Compared to the original $40. That's the only one I really wanted, and I didn't get it. But I'm glad you got those Bob Ross lands. I know the arena ones look really cool, so they must look even better in the in real life. And you got a green screen. Oh, I gotta get myself a green screen so in the background over there I could be like on a cool white sands beach or something. You want a full Bob Ross art style set. Well, that's one of the things. I think the secret layers are very cool. If you like, it's all about like what do you like about them. But I think that if I wanted, I think they're a lot better like for Commander, where you only need one of each. If I wanted the OMG Kitties and I wanted to make a full deck, I need to buy multiples of them because it only comes with one of each. But for a Commander deck, you get one of each and that's all you need, so that's good. But like where the spells and creatures are in, yeah. Well, the problem with that is that Bob Ross painted landscapes. He didn't actually paint dragons or anything like that, so we're never really gonna see a Bob Ross non-land set. Right, so let's scry into something. Sure. Turn 2 Pouncer, turn 3 Ancestry. No, wait, actually turn 3. Oops, we're playing black here. That's fine. Okay, turn 3. If I lose that Sovereign, I've got another one. That's fine. Okay, here's another question of the day. I can't think of anything here about what made me laugh recently, but or did I say something I already forgot already? I blame you. The next question: What did you daydream about today? It says today, but I'm just gonna say, what did you daydream about recently? Have you daydreamed about anything recently? Well, slightly off topic, there's this song, I think it's called Simply Daydream, by who sung it? A 60s group, the Turtles. Is it the Turtles? Oh, I can look it up in a moment. I don't think it's the Turtles. I think that's, the Turtles did that other... What's it called? Okay, that's perfect for my perfect response for the who cares. Painting all of your walls, a complicated Turkish tile pattern. Very nice. So you're hand painting it yourself, all of the various flourishes. Death touch, whatever. Let's make more cats. Let's bring out an icon. Let's double strike into something good. You daydreamed about starting a big project. with your clay kit, but you haven't gotten around to it, and no spoiling. Yeah, don't spoil it yet. We want to see what comes of it. So I haven't daydreamed anything, but that one song, the point I was trying to get is that there's that one song, what a day for a daydream. Think about my bundle of joy. I enjoyed that song a lot, and how is that an 8/8 cat? To use the coding program PyCharm. No, I mostly use either Notepad++. I either use Notepad++ or Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Now, Python also has to run in a specific environment, right? JavaScript, for example, is client-side, which runs interpreted in the web browser. But Python requires a little bit of infrastructure, right? Does it have to run in an environment? It's compiled. Python is compiled, isn't it? Whereas JavaScript is interpreted, and the opponent's like, nope. Yeah, this cat onslaught. So what was the opponent trying to do? They had a vampire, and they had a human rogue, and then they did a mortify, and like, what are they doing here? We'll play one more, and then we'll change things up slightly. We'll do the next Crack-a-Pack. Oh, Ashley, check this out. I am going to, as part of my rewards on Patreon, right there, and the membership of, I'm about to activate memberships on YouTube, which is the same as Patreon. I'm still, of course, going to release a lot of great free content, and of course I'm going to do these streams for free every Saturday, no problem. But I am going to then do exclusive stuff if you join the VMC crew, and that's going to be $1 per month. And what I'm doing is I am going to give these, I'm going to give the VM Campos Invitational card from Wizards of the Coast, which is Enthralling Victor. So right there, they 3D modeled me right there into the artwork and everything. They made it red instead of black or blue or white. But anyway, it's red. And there's Enthralling Victor. And I'm going to send these out to thank people for joining the Patreon or the YouTube join. And either, I haven't decided, what do you all think in the chat right there? Which looks better? The silver ink or the copper ink? Looks like gold, but it's copper. And then the gold one. So if you look all three of them. So which looks better? Gold, silver, or copper? You can see the difference a little bit better there if you catch the light on it. So this one's copper, this one's gold, and then in the middle is silver. So obviously silver is very obvious when you see it at any angle, but when you catch the light just right in copper or gold, then you get some nice reflections and stuff. So you like gold and copper? You like gold, copper gets a bit lost, and the silver's too distracting. Yeah, if I'm like at a distance like that and people say, wow, you got a signed card? And if you see it at a distance, you do see that the silver one has the signing, of course. But then when you play the card and then someone says, let me see your card. So we've got the copper, and the copper definitely looks better in real life. But you can see a little bit of the definition there in the camera. So that's going to be one of the rewards, plus other things. When people join the VMC crew on the Patreon, right there, patreon.com/VMCompos. On YouTube soon, I'm going to activate the button that says join, and then you'll be able to pledge at $1 per month to unlock exclusive extra stuff, which again does not detract from the other stuff I normally post, like these live streams, and it'll just be kind of extra stuff, maybe behind the scenes stuff, or I don't know what I'll put there just yet, or people could possibly also just do the support for $1, but that's coming soon. So like I said, let's play one more game, and then we've got a crack-a-pack, a different kind of crack-a-pack for one of these, and we'll see what that is one moment. See if we can win one more game with cats. Alright, turn 1 Sacred Cat, turn 2 Ajani's Pridemate, maybe a turn 3 Sovereign. No removal, but we'll see. Magic Turtle is the opponent. You've had an idea for a collectible card game for years that involved coding as a theme. So here's one of my coding ideas. Hopefully no one steals it. Not you, but like whoever randomly watches the video. I have the skill for it. It's more about the time and the willpower, I guess. And there's been a version of this already out there, but I have an idea for this game that I could program where you scan a barcode. You know, everything's got a barcode nowadays. You scan a barcode, and then the app analyzes the barcode and generates a monster, like, you know, Pokemon. It generates a character with stats based on what you scanned. So then it kind of entices people about, I am going to scan all the various barcodes I see everywhere to hopefully be able to generate an even stronger monster and then have it battle your friends. There's been a version of this before, but whoops, whiffed on that Cobra. But yeah, that's the idea that I've had for a game where, oh, look at that, zombie cat comes back to life. So a game where you're scanning various barcodes, and then the data in there can be used to generate a creature, and then you battle your opponent. Oh, look at that! They did the living the dream, double land drops. What are they gonna do with all that mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana. It better be a Phylath. Strix. Whatever. And a 3/4. Okay. Guess I'm impressed. Okay. So let us just create a bunch more cats. I'm sure they're gonna have more mutation creatures. Next turn, Regal Caracal can do fun stuff. If I get a land. I'm sure they're going to mutate one more time onto that Strix. This is like obvious. Ram through. Are they going to ram through my Sovereign? Archipelago. Alright, so they get 2 triggers off of that. They'll get an 8/8. I can tap 2 things, I guess. They get a free Octo, See Octo, land drops off of that, whatever. That's a 9/9, I can just block with my Pouncer. I'm sure they'll attack in the air, get greedy and tap. Scute Swarm, amazing, okay. Come on, land drop. Double Lotus Cobra, but then it does nothing with the mana. Too bad, so sad. There we go. Alright, watch this. Cat Armada. Yeah, I'm going to lose something that 9/9, but that's a 14/14. Oh, that's perfect for right here about the... Or... Or... There we go. So I just have to remember that I have access to all of those. And I'm sure YouTube won't shut it down just because it's a copyrighted material, because it's transformative. It is under fair use. And I just spilled some spiked chai latte on my glasses. So we have to do a little pause here so I can clean that up, and then we will continue. Alright, and we are back. So let us switch over to the next thing. I got a crack-a-pack, but a different kind of crack-a-pack. I've been doing these a few times where we take one of these theme boosters, see what's inside of it, build the deck on Arena and play with it, probably then die a lot because these are pretty bad, and then possibly upgrade it and maybe get a better deck out of it. So I don't have high hopes for this because every time we've done this, the decks have not been that good. But we've got the newest one now. So I'm going to record this in a way as if it's going to be a regular video that I'm also going to upload to YouTube. So if I seem a little showy, it's just because I'm going to record this as... so I can extract this portion and then, yeah, exactly, you're saying crack-a-pack hype. Eventually you're going to have an emoji right there that you can, an emote that you can select of me that says hype. But it hasn't been approved yet. So I'm going to open this up, see what's in the deck, and then try to upgrade it. So, of course I'll be interacting with all of you in the chat, but for the moment let me just set this up as if... Oops, I forgot to reply to this here. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. I've got a brand new theme booster to open up, which I will then upgrade and make it way better than ever, I guarantee. Spoiler alert, not a guarantee. So let's switch over to the card cam. So we're going to open up the Kaldheim Viking theme booster. It's got every color, so obviously it's an amazing deck if it's got every color. We're going to open it up and then input it into Arena, play with it a little bit, and then see about upgrading it to be even better than ever to climb up to Mythic. So you may ask yourself, what is in these? Here we have Choose Your Theme, Viking. Enhance your deck with a horde of 35 Viking-related cards from Kaldheim, including at least one rare or mythic. Add 25 lands to start building a 60-card deck. So let's see what we got, and let's see what kind of deck we can put together. I don't know if I should open it from this side or the other side, but we've got, okay, Rune of Flight, 2 mana, draw a card, give your creature flying. Cod Spell Cleric, 1 white, it's a 1/1 with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, if it was the second spell that you cast, put a +1 counter on it. It's a human cleric. I thought this was Vikings. This is a human cleric. What's this guy doing here? Stalwart Valkyrie, that's not a Viking as well. 4 mana, Angel Warrior, 3/2. You may pay 2 and exile a creature from your graveyard instead of paying the cost. So that's kind of cool. Reading the Magic blog, they were saying that there was going to be another mechanic called Cremate, where you could burn a card out of your graveyard to bring this to life. And they kept it, but they didn't name it. So instead of paying 4, you can pay 2 if you exile a creature from your graveyard, and you get a 3/2 flyer. Youthful Valkyrie, it's a 1/2/1/3. Angel with flying. When another angel enters, put a +1 counter on this, so it grows up. Valor of the Worthy, 1 white, enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. When enchanted creature leaves the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit. Berg Strider, 5 mana, 4/4. Snow Giant Wizard. When this enters, tap a creature artifact. If you spent snow, that permanent does not untap for 1 whole turn. That's also not a Viking. Avalanche Caller. Yeah, this is false advertising. There's no Vikings in this deck so far. Valkyrie is a Viking term. Oh, okay, that makes sense, actually. Avalanche Caller. 2 mana. Snow Human Wizard. It's a 1/3. Pay 2. Target snow land comes to life as a 4/4 elemental. That's fun. Raven Form. 3 mana. Exile target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 1/1. Bluebird. You can foretell it for 1 with a mana reduction. Jarl of the Forsaken. 4 mana. Zombie Cleric. 3/2. It's got flash. When it enters, destroy a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls that was dealt damage. Foretell it for 2. Draugr Helm, one of my favorite arts of the whole set. Odin's Raven. Yeah, that makes sense there, actually. Draugr Helm. Yeah, I'm being too literal. I think everything's got to be a Viking in here, but it's Viking-themed. The thing itself said Viking-related cards. 2 mana equipment. When this enters, pay 3 more, create a 2/2 zombie, and attach this, or else the helm gives something +2 and menace. Carfell Kennel Master. 5 mana, 4/4. When it enters, 2 of your creatures get +1/+0 and indestructible. Cinderheart Giant, 7 mana, it's a 7/6, it's got trample. When it dies, it deals, this is fun, it deals 7 damage to a creature an opponent controls chosen at random. Frenzied Raider, 2 mana, 2/2, Demon Berserker. Whenever you activate a boast ability, put a +1 counter on this. So it gets bigger as they boast. I love this card here. The Axe Guard Cavalry, 2 mana, Dwarf Berserker. Tap it, target creature gains haste, and I love it because of the art. Check out that Dwarf Berserker on that goat. That goat is having so much fun, just braying at the opponent. Tuskeri Firewalker, 3 mana, 3/2, Human Berserker, boast it. Pay 1, exile the top card of your library, and you may play it this turn. Death Knell Berserker, 2 mana, Elf Berserker, it's a 2/2. If it was equipped, basically. And when it dies, create a 2/2. Vengeful Reaper, it's a 4 mana Angel Cleric, it's a 2/3, it's got Flying, Death Touch, and Haste. Foretell it for 2, love that. Grim Draugr, 3 mana, 3/2, pay 1 in a snow, this gets +1 and Menace. Another Raven form. Tormentor's Helm, 1 red, equip a creature, gets +1, when it gets blocked it deals 1 damage to the player, equip for 1. Cole, the Forge Master, 2 mana, 2/2, Dwarf Warrior, Legendary. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return it to its owner's hand. People have been using this card very, very well on Brawl. You can make the creatures come back to life very easily. Creature tokens you control that are enchanted get a +1, enchanted or equipped. Doomscar Oracle, 3 mana, 3/2, Human Cleric. Whenever you cast your second spell, you gain 2 life. Foretell it for 1. Raider's Carve, 3 mana, 4/4, it's a vehicle. Equips or accrues for 3. Whenever a Raider's Carve attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, put it directly onto the battlefield, so it lets you ramp. Berg Strider, another one. Agar, the Freezing Flame, 3 mana for a Giant Wizard Legendary, 3/3. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if a giant or wizard or a spell did it, you draw a card. So if your spell trampled, basically you draw a card. Cinderheart Giant, we saw that one already. 3 Cinderheart Giants. Rune of Speed, 2 mana, draw a card when you enchant something, and it gives something +1 and haste. Tuskeri Firewalker, 3 mana, Human Berserker, 3/2, Boasted. Oh, we already saw this one. Another Kennel Master, we saw that one. Ooh, we got Harold, King of the Scumfar, 3 mana, Elf Warrior, Legendary. It's got Menace. It's a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. If you got an Elf or a Tyvar Planeswalker, put it into your hand. Horizon Seeker, 3 mana, Human Warrior, it's a 3/2, Boasted for 2, go search for a land, put it into your hand. Masked Vandal, 2 mana, 1/3, it's Changeling, it's every single creature at once, so yes, it is a mutant ninja turtle. When Masked Vandal enters the battlefield, you may exile a creature from your graveyard. If you do, exile one of their artifacts or enchantments. Boreal Rider, I love this card. 3 mana, 3/2, it's an Elf Warrior. When you cast a creature spell, if you paid snow for it, the creature comes in with a +1/+1. Magda Brazen Outlaw, she's a 2 mana, 2/1, Dwarf Berserker. Other dwarves get a +1. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure, so she ramps pretty well. Sacrifice 5 treasures, go get a dragon, put it directly into play. That was the last one. Wow, this is a real mishmash of cards here. Spoiler, I think this is a horrible deck. I don't think this is going to do anything meaningful at all. I don't think it's got any synergies. You've got Magda, which deals with dwarves. There's like maybe one more dwarf, the one riding the goat. And then you've got stuff with, okay, if you've got X number of treasures, go get your dragon. Is there even one dragon in here? Removal is incredibly light. We've got 2 Raven forms. Berg Strider, we got a couple of enchantments. Yeah, this theme is such a stretch. There are literally... Well, Viking is not even a thing that exists in Magic. When I was reading Mark Waters' podcast, or his blog, he was saying they thought of putting a new creature type, Viking, but they thought it was way too specific and parasitic. So instead, Berserker is their version of Viking. And even there, I think I saw very few Berserkers. Viking related with Odin's Raven and Valkyries and that sort of thing. It's kind of a stretch, right? Mass Vandal is the only thing that's technically a Viking in this deck. Let me see that one more time. Yeah, Shapeshifter. It's all creature types, which I assume all creature types that exist in Magic. Because the fun joke about shapeshifters is that if only there was creature type Teenage, then they would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Currently they are Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I don't think it means it's every creature type that you can think of, because I'm going to think of creature type Uncle Istvan, right? That doesn't exist. So hopefully it'll do wonder. It won't. This is going to be a complete failure deck, but we'll give it a shot. Don't build this deck. Go play some fun match. Yeah. What do you all think? Let's vote on this. We have one vote about don't even waste your time. I have my own vote. Don't waste your time. I don't think this is going to do anything meaningful at all. Anyone else? Is anyone going to vote let's play the deck, or are we going to get enough votes to try it? We have 2 votes against don't try it. Sorry, not that, but that. We have 2 votes of let's not try it. Any other votes of try it or not, or play something real? Because this is gonna be, we're gonna get eaten alive on Arena, and I am gonna play it on the ladder on platinum levels. So, what do you all vote for? 2 votes no. Any votes for yes? This is complete mishmash. Playing it on the ladder, we're gonna get killed. If we play it on the regular play, I still don't see any good synergies here. We have 1 vote for try it. We've got 2 votes for don't try it. Anyone else? Anyone else still in the chat there that wants to vote? Try it or not try it. If we get a tie, then I'll deal with that. But going once, going twice. Any other? What's the harm? Well, the harm is that we spend time putting the deck into Arena. Number 1, I don't want to use any wild cards on this. And number 1 is building the deck. The time. The second harm is that I don't want to use wild cards on it. And the third is that we're going to beat our heads into the wall about not a fun deck. There's plenty of other fun things we can play. But yeah, we saw this deck, and if me and a friend, we both got this deck, and there were no stakes, 2 people in real life versus it, I would like to play this in real life against people. But to play on Arena where you can't even really talk to your opponent and have fun with them and say, yeah, I'm gonna get you with my Goat Rider. It's gonna be like talking to the wall. Well, at least there was only like $6.99, and maybe it got me 1 or 2 cards I don't have yet for my collection. I don't really see anything here that I would use in any other deck, actually, because it's mostly commons and uncommons. What are the rares here, actually? I don't even remember what the rares were. I guess Magda, even King Harold is uncommon. So if I was playing with real life people and then we were recording it and laughing and having a couple of sips of this, then it might be fun to play the deck. That was the Cracker Pack. Let's play some matches that are a little bit more fun. Whoops. But okay, so I need to turn it right there. Okay, let's we've got another event that we can play. So I notice Mark isn't on the stream. He's probably got family stuff going on. But shout out to Mark if he rewatches this. All right, so the other event, this is what I think will be very, very fun. They've deigned upon us Historic Brawl. Plus, we get an amazing new emote. Look at this Shepherd Glee emote. I love it. I'm going to enter this event. I'm going to get this new emote. I'm going to use that emote so much, just like the one from last week. You weren't here, Ashley, but last week they had the... I haven't used it enough, but they had the Valkyrie, like, do I care emote? And I used that very ironically many times. And this week we get to win a new one, the Glee emote. So let's enter that event. And we get this for free, right? Just by entering, right? Emotes. Okay, I guess we have to win at least one. I thought we got it completely for free, but we have to win at least one. Okay, we can do that. We've got a lot of fun. We've got a lot of fun historic decks. Please, Wizards, give us permanent historic. I love permanent historic. I haven't played this one in a while, so let's just see. I don't even remember how good this deck is. I haven't even tuned it in a while, but let's just give it a shot. Let's give our Ulamog historic. You need more free time. Yeah. We have this for how many days is this? You just need to win one time. You need 2,500 gold, and you can get that really cool emote. So this is we'll play a few historic Brawl. Okay, we got Calyx or Calyx. All right. So what's my deck again here? We're trying to get Ulamog. Trying to get Ulamog with a bunch of ramp. I go first. Okay, we get to scry, then we get to draw a card, and then we get to ramp. And then a Gate Colossus. Okay. And they've got Selesnya. So we'll see how this goes. You have somewhere up about 70,000 gold. You never find anything worth buying. Oh, speaking of which, I bought the... oh man, I'm gonna get some annoying stuff there. So they need to have 7 life after that. Okay, well, turn 3 relic, and then we're getting closer to Little Ugin, and then we've got Little Ugin, which will get us over to Ulamog. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and then we've got the Lotus Field. So Sword of the Realm, that's annoying. Let's bring out the relic. Next turn, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 mana in total next turn. I can cast the Shambling Suit and then the Lotus Field. Hydra's Growth. Okay, that's a good one. Alright. Oh, we got another Mana Rock. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. Another Mana Rock. Lotus Field. Sack those 2. So we've got 3, 4... Got 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 mana in total to create an Ugin, and then Ugin can destroy their heavens, and then that'll cost decrease Ulamog. Oops. Have to reply to that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana coming up. Equip, that's fine. I can sacrifice this for a little life. Well, that ruins that. Probably that'll live unless they pass the sword over to it. That'll be annoying. Hopefully they don't pass the sword over to it. Faith Center. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. If they feel like I don't even need to deal with your Planeswalker, I can live with that because its cost reduction still is in effect. And if they attack, I can block with my... Yeah, okay, this will work. I'll make another angel, whatever. Here we got an Ulamog. Here we go. Now, of course, they could lock it down with a pacifism, but we'll see what happens with that. Ugin is completely locked down. I have no way to get rid of that Faith's Fetters in colorless. I can bring in the Gate Colossus next. Ooh, they got 9 lives. Okay. That's not good. That's not good as well. Okay. But I might be able to win via the Ulamog trick over here. So... actually, what I should have done was I should have kept my mana for Spinning Wheel. "26 cards. 5, 6 in total. Yeah, I should be able to, if I pass with no... oh man, okay, well, never mind, I guess I lost here. No, not really, actually I can recast that. They forgot about that. I can recast the Ulamog, and then, well, 9 lives has X-proof, okay, that's fine. Guess I need to recast Ulamog and exile their commander plus their flyer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 for another Calyx. They're going to exile my Ulamog again. Oops. No, they're going to exile it that way. Fine. That works as well. Is this doable? 12 mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I can tap things out with the... I summoned Ulamog 3 times. Calyx will exile Ulamog again. It's just a matter of getting enough mana for this. They're at 7 lives. I should have put out the Evolving Wilds, actually. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that enough? 3, 4... Taranika. Yeah, should have put the Evolving Wilds out a moment ago. Let me tap this just right. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're at 8. They're at 9. Alright, so they no longer have the protection of the 9 lives. Whenever 9 lives leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Top 10 anime betrayals. Alright, so that was fun. I got to cast Ulamog 3 times. If I had played my Evolving Wilds first, then I would have been able to summon it a 4th time or whatever. I already lost count. But yeah, colorless. I need to update this deck. I haven't updated it in a while. I'm going to put a couple more things into it, actually. So yeah, this deck is wacky. So we won the Valkyrie, or the Angel, that is. Don't crash before I win the prize. There we go. Look at her, she's so gleeful, I love it. Let's add her to the emotes right there. So we've got the I don't care what you did emote, and then we've got the yay, I did something amazing emote. It's kind of funny how they animate it like a paper cutout, but it's cool. So add those two. Plus also or so that's one win off of that. Very nice. Oh yeah, I said I was going to edit the deck a little bit. I haven't edited this deck in a while. And what I want to do here is add a couple of the new artifacts. First of all, what is that one? What is that one artifact? Right there, Chromatic Orrery. I want that in there. And then Eldrazi Monument. What's it called? Forsaken Monument. Forsaken Monument. I already have it there. Okay, good. And then we had the new mana rocks from Kaldheim. Metallic Mimic. What is that other? So Chromatic Lantern. Mana Geode. There we go. Replicating Ring. Alright, so we gotta cut 62 things. Golden Egg, card draw, Guardian Idol mana ramp, Guild Globe mana ramp. Card draw. Maze Mind, card draw, Mindstone mana ramp, Sleeper Dart card draw, Steel Overseer. That one's a fun one. Chromatic Lantern, just for a mana rock, Crystalline Giant. Okay, let's take out Chromatic Lantern. Well, actually, Chromatic Lantern can turn on the Evolving Wilds. Crystalline Giant, Farfinder, Hierophant's. Okay, Hierophant's Chalice. I guess we can remove that one. Mana Geode does a scry. Horaska Relic can draw a card. Palladium Mirror, Replicating Ring, Shambling, Skyclave. Okay, I guess the... So what do you all think? Should we keep the Mana Geode, which lets me scry, or the Horaska Relic, which, if I've ascended, it draws a card and gains 3 life? So I need to cut one of these. Mana Geode will let me see what's coming in the future to help me win the game better. Horaska Relic gives me more life to stay in the game longer, but I have to have ascended. I have to have 10 permanents. Draws me the card, which I don't know what it is, but it draws me a card, and then gain 3 life. So what do y'all think in there? In the chat? Should I keep the Mana Geode, which scries, or the Horaska Relic? If I've ascended, it does stuff. It's all up to you. I need to cut one of them, and I'll leave it up to you. So we got 1 vote for the Horaska Relic. Okay, good. Anyone else? Which one do we keep? Alright, going once, going twice. We have the Araska Relic as the choice. Alright, let's keep the Araska Relic then. You're answering, this is the one to keep, right? Sorry, I probably said it both ways. Which one do we cut? Which one do we keep? So you're saying keep the Araska Relic, right? Not discard it. Just to confirm. Keep it or cut it? Keep it. Okay, let's keep it. So there we go. Let's see if we can win some more. I won at least the angel, so obviously we want her. Alright, Zagana? What does Zagana do? I haven't seen that card in a while. When Zagana enters, if you control another creature with a counter on it, draw a card, pay whatever to adapt it. Each creature, okay, so it's going to be a bunch of adapting creatures. Zhalfirin Void to see the future. Turn 2, Golden Egg to draw a card. Turn 3 to ramp with Wheel, then ramp with Vessel. Eventually get that Colossus. Yeah, this has got protections for multicolored, and they're playing multicolored, so that might help. I doubt that they'll counterspell a Golden Egg. Animation module. Whenever one or more counters does stuff happens. Okay, fine. Let's draw a card off of that. Lotus, okay. Turn 3, hopefully I can cast my wheel. Whenever one or more +1s are put onto a permanent, you may pay 1 if you do create a colorless. Okay. 3 and a tap, choose a counter on something, give it that many. Okay. That's got to hurt. Okay, so Blast Zone into a wheel. That can make a 1/1. Not too impressive, but that's a blocker. Which has protection from multicolored. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop my 5th mana, I can drop a Gilded Lotus. Well, actually, I can play the Firemind's Vessel, which will come in tapped, but then it makes 2 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The cool thing about Ugin, even if they counter-spell it, it'll still do its exile 2 things effect. Which, of course, I'm going to go towards their lands. Of course I want to be that mean. But they're passing. They're actually passing, so what are they going to pass with? Hopefully not a counterspell. But let's see. That turns on with 4. Okay, they have at least 1 counter spell. Okay, so they have shields down. Alright, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana in total. Play 1 land. Ulamog is ready. So then I will exile their speaker and I guess a land to send a message. Horn beetle, whatever. Fine. That'll actually save me a little bit of effort here. Less things to exile. Plus, I will exile their lands. And they won't be able to resummon their... Don't tell me they have a spell pierce. Oh, okay, they're tapping a green for no reason. And they won't be able to resummon their commander. And I've got a 10/10. I guess they can Charmed Sleep or something. Oh, look at that, we got Jiang Yangju, Yangwu. Sure. Oh, there's the Araska. Okay. Have ascended. 1, 2, 3. What do I want to do here? Well, I definitely want to wreck their graveyard. I mean, their library. 3. Yeah, I've got a million mana. Okay, so 1, 2. So we got 3, 3, 4, 5. Three and 0 and 5 and 3. Okay, if I charge my blast zone with 3, I'll be able to remove a bunch of things, actually, including Rishka. So I need to add 2 to my blast zone, so I need to pay 4 in total. Well, yeah, all creatures get, I mean, all creatures with a, what is it again? Each creature with a +1 becomes a mana dork. Fine.
We'll do this together.
Okay. I can take that, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can take that. Alright, so I need to do a little bit of math here. Put charge counters. I need 2 charge counters. So select the value for X. 2. Right? Is that going to be correct? Put X charge counters. If I want 2 charge counters, I need 4 in total. I've always been bad at that. Yeah, there it is, 4. Alright, there we go, 4. Can I crack that? Yes, I can crack that. And gain a life. Gain some life, draw a card. Very good. Pass. Oh, okay, that's what I want. Well, let's pop this first. They have 4 cards left in hand. Oops, I destroyed my own spinning wheel. guess at this point I'm dead. No, I'm not dead yet. I'm close. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm at 10. No, I am actually gonna die because they're gonna animate module probably, or maybe they'll get greedy with their Zagana. I'm probably dead here if they don't fully notice what's going on. Other creatures you control have trample. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I'm not dead actually because I can also eat my egg and I gain a little life. Okay, I will make it. So they want to keep one blocker. Fine, just keep your 5/3. All right, so block with this. There we go. So attack with my 10/10, they're gonna block with whatever, their deck is gone, they're gonna block with one bug, and then good game next turn. But in the meantime, just to really show things off, they did the little thing. Let's destroy the replicating thing, and then we're done. Patrick, sorry about that. Your library seems to have been exiled to the blind eternities by Ulamog, the ceaseless hunger. I like that they responded with their sad Hedron. I want those Hedrons actually. I think they're kind of cute. The happy one and the sad one and such. And I, on the other hand, have some of these right there. Yay! All right, that's 2 wins with my Ulamog deck, so it's all about just getting as much mana as possible, bring out a 10/10 with amazing funness. Sarulf, Realm Eater. I haven't had a chance to use this one yet, but in case something weird happens, I can play this one. Uh-oh, so we're dealing with every color here. What's the top prize? It's just a bunch of card sleeves. I really consider the top prize to be that emote, because the other things are just sleeves. And you don't even get back any... You don't even get back any gold or anything. It's just that emote, which you get after your first win. But the other part of it is you get to play Historic Brawl, which is my favorite format. So... this deck is all about inevitability. As long as I build my mana base, eventually I get a 10/10. So turn 3, Relic, then probably Vessel, then Lotus, and then I can do an Immortal Sun, actually. That'll be fun. Mind Stone, okay. So what do we want here? We can do a turn. Yeah, we should do the Vessel because that comes in tapped. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana in total. I could do an Immortal Sun. Yeah, let's try to do the Immortal. Oops, destroy. Okay, fine. Destroy that instead. I can live with that. Replicating Ring. 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. Does set me back. I missed a land drop. Once again, this tapped all weird. God, this algorithm's all weird. When it comes to Guardian Idol, it gets so confused. I need to remember to manually tap it because I could have tapped things. I'm pretty sure I could have tapped things in order to get the... So they already have Niv Mizzet. Just autocomplete. Oops, Thought Erasure, not good. 2, 3, 4, 5. If I get... and I missed the land drop as well. Clarion, and I missed another land drop. Amazing. Okay, well. All of that is enough for an Ulamog, possibly, if I can survive. Death Touch 6/6, I guess. Thought Erasure onto the Immortal Sun, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. I need to get 1 regular mana, and then we'll be okay. Come on, 1 regular mana. Come on, 1 regular mana. Don't destroy my stuff. Don't destroy my mana rocks. I missed a land drop. Come on. The probability of getting a land drop, it's like 1 to 1. Come on, land drop. All of you in the chat, send me your power. We must well, never mind. Well, let's proceed. They definitely knew that the top prize is a Sigrid God-favored card style. It's not even the card, it's just a card style. So the rewards are pretty bad. Except for that very first emote. Yeah, exactly, that emote was what I wanted. Alright, so here's another question of the day. Ooh, Etrata. I haven't seen Etrata in a while. I used to try to make this deck work. Here's another question. What was the first thing you ate today? So what was the first thing I ate today? Just a... it's just a mishmash of things. I made some ground beef, and I had this, so it's at Sprouts or Trader Joe's? No, at Trader Joe's they had this soup. It was like Reds, which had just a mixture of stuff, and so it was that soup plus ground beef. That's what I had for breakfast. Very, very simple. And I think I had it once more. I bought all the stuff that I need for the lasagna that I like, but I didn't get a chance to make it today. I suppose tomorrow. I've got a lunch with my parents tomorrow. And then I want to make my lasagna. Right, 4th mana, Firemind's Vessel, and then Solemn, and then we've got Meteor Golem, Stryland. Probably won't play anything after that because they didn't play anything last turn. Yep, there we go. Alright, so Vessel. Oops, there's a counter spell. Or not, even better. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. 7 mana in case I need to Meteor Golem. Let's see if they bring out their Etrata. Then we're gonna drop a Meteor Golem on it. No one expects a Meteor Golem. Josh of the Sand is the opponent. They're counting my mana. Yep, sorry. Etrata is one of my favorite cards, but And I missed a land drop. Ooh, kept the Trotta in the graveyard. They're gonna do some graveyard shenanigans. Now, the better play would be to play her again one time, but I guess if you've got the 5 mana, bring a thing from the graveyard, I guess that's a strategy. There we go, there's a land. Alright, guess I want the Immortal Sun, but they'll probably have a counter spell. So a safer bet, I can waste a counter spell off of this Steel Overseer. Because what I really want is that Solemn... okay. Well, I'm tempted to do the Immortal Sun, but... Actually, they have the Lochthwain. Yeah, that's what they're saving their mana for. Alright, so I've got plenty of mana for Illamog now. Even if they counter it, I'm still going to hit their Castle Lochthwain plus their Thriving Moor, I guess. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What am I talking about? That's only 8 mana. Oops, so we got an Ugin there. Okay, fine. Everything's colorless for me, so it's not even going to affect anything. And then I can play the Immortal Sun and lock down their Ulamog, so sure. I'm not Ulamog, Ugin. Sure. Alright. There we go. So, don't even need to care about that anymore. Alright, so next turn, Ulamog, I guess, wreck their lands. If I keep the Immortal Sun, it turns off their Ugin, so don't have to deal with it. Three mana. Midnight Clock, sure. Keeping up blue mana, ready for that counterspell. Passing. Draw 2 off of that. Nice. Alright, let's summon that. If it gets counterspelled, who cares? Because then we can have them discard 2 important things. And I can resummon Ulamog relatively easily. Yep, there's that counterspell. Alright, hopefully you have a board wipe. I've ascended, so I could crack that relic. They have a tap. Oh, they got the Phyrexian Swamp. And they're like, never mind. Sorry, Josh of the Sand. Alright, I'm going to take a quick little break. And we'll come back and do a couple of other things. And thank you for the LOL. I forgot what I said already. But okay, Elrond, God of the Cosmos, aka Odin, is the final reward here. So the rewards were the Shepherd Glee emote, which I love. I wanted that one. And then we got the Sarulf Realm Eater. I don't play that at all, but the art is cool. And then we got after that the Elrond, God of the Cosmos, And then the final one is Sigrid. I'm surprised that Odin is not the top prize. The top prize is Sigrid. But okay, let's take one more little break, be back, and then right after this. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for coming to stop by. I know it's pretty late for you. Totally appreciate it. See you next time if you can. Have a good night. It's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. No, wait, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's 2 in the morning or so for you, so get some rest. See you next time, and we'll try to win a few more games for you. Whoops. Alright, so let's switch over to another deck. Let's play this, let's play... I haven't updated this deck in a while, but... Oh, okay, actually, let's play Oketra. Mono White Oketra. I haven't played it in a while. What is even in this deck? So, Princess, Soul Mender, it's a bunch of life gain stuff. Swallow Whole, that's a pretty horrible card. Johnny's Pride Mate, Charming Prince, Disenchant, Orator, Swift Response, Angel, Bring to Trial. So it's a lot of life gain stuff. Gideon, Heliod, Prison Realm. Okay, so definitely I'm going to remove this Swallow Whole and put a Banishing Light in there. Expose, Gideon, Linden, Prism, Topple, Altar. We can put better mana rocks in there. Mind Stone. Mind Stone. Put a Mind Stone in there instead of the Altar. Servant. Servant doesn't even do that much. Banner, Geode, Wheel, Johnny, Conclave. Haven't played this deck in a little while. Shatter, the Wanderer, Paladin, Angel, Cavalier, Little Ugin, Safara, Castle, Idyllic. Idyllic range is not even that good. Command, Cryptic, Emergence, Evolving Fable. Okay, so in there I need an Expanse. Oops. Expanse. Need one of those instead. Don't really need Command Tower. Okay. 59 cards. I guess the last thing we'll do is let's put one Kaldheim, one of the new fangled Kaldheim cards. Oops. What's a good Kaldheim card? Oh, I know, the Cosmos Elixir. Alright, let's try out this Oketra deck. I'm going to switch sleeves. Elspeth. Right, so the idea is a bunch of life gain, and eventually when I summon Oketra, summon other smaller creatures, and then make a bunch of zombies. Oketra versus Oketra. Okay, I always feel bad when it's the same card versus the same card, because then I feel like if I don't win, then what is my life? But I think we've got stuff to do here. Swift Response, for example. Prison Realm. Johnny, Conclave Tribunal. Emergency Zone will let me play things with Flash. My deck is very slow. They have their mace. Okay, I can live with that. Finally something. Okay. Let's do this. Let's just bring out a Planeswalker that they have no answer for, gain some life. If I get my 5th mana, I can bring out Oketra. Alright, this is dueling... that is not my 5th mana. Okay, fine. God, okay. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
I fought my hardest.
Not my 5th mana. They, on the other hand, of course will get their 5th mana. Like that. Summon Oketra, and then I have to spend my Tribunal on it. They didn't equip.
You should consider talking instead.
There we go. Okay. They messed up right there. Well, never mind. No, they didn't do that. I was going to say they forgot to put it back into the library, but no, that's if it dies. Not... Well, actually, yeah, that would still work. When God of Contra dies or is put into exile, you may put it into the... Yeah, they messed up. They should have let it... They should have let it go to... Okay, they didn't equip the mace. Good. They didn't equip the mace, so that means I can get rid of that. Okay. So... And I can bring out my flyer. Gain a little more life. Create a soldier. If they equip the mace, I'm going to have to block that vitality. Yeah, they're going to do that. Okay, well, we're going to both lose our creature, I guess. Nope, that's a 5/5. Okay, fine.
I hope we meet again soon.
Hopefully my Ono Ketra doesn't get exiled, but I'm sure it will because they're playing mono white. Okay, that's actually very good. All right. When this enters the battlefield, you may have your life total become the total toughness of creatures you control. So that would be 6, 12, plus 4. Nah, let's just bring out a creature like that. Decline on that. They're going to summon their own creature, starts to make their own zombies. I'm going to need to have some form of board wipe. I think I have at least one. Loxodon, if it lives, I can pay 6 mana and it gets plus X, which X is my life total, so it'll get a plus 25. But that's not even going to be that impressive. Gideon is good. 7 damage off of that, I guess. Double strike. All I need is my exile, and they'll see. That's not an exile. Fine. 5, 6, 7 in total. Okay. Let's make a creature there. Let's go for Gideon there. That's a flyer. Ugh. Didn't even notice that.
Not on my watch.
That's a 10-10. And then everything gets bigger. Fine. Ah, we're dead here. I just wasn't getting the removal that I needed, which I have plenty of, but I just didn't get it. Another mono white deck. Yeah, mine's a life gain as well. They just got more life gain than me. Ooh, we've got a Gideon turn 3. Double mulligan. If they play the mana rock, I've got a good old disenchant. So they're going to have a turn 2 creature, of course, if I swift respond it. Oh, okay, even better. No place to put that counter. Plus a shield. Turn 3 Gideon, yes please. Or actually I can disenchant eventually. Exposed to daylight might be better because then I can scry. Shepherd.
Not if I can help it. I will
Okay, I guess they weren't really trying anything good. My deck didn't fully get to do too much, but I guess we'll go to the next opponent. And here's another... There we go, so we got Sigrid. Another question over here. What was the last book that you read? Now I'm just going to count it as anything as what was the last thing that you read. So it doesn't have to be a specific book. It could be any last thing that you read. Oh man, Heliod. I hate a Heliod based deck. Yeah, they probably got mana stuck. Oh, I got my own Heliod. Okay, that'll be funny. And I get to go first. Okay, so I'll get my Heliod first. But the idea will... Okay, so they have a turn 1 lifelink creature. Okay. So if we're playing with mono white, I'm sure they've got pacifism, so I'm going to do a turn 3 Linden. Good. They might use their mana to tap out my killer, my Linden. They have their own turn 3. Are they going to go for Heliod already? They will, fine. Alright, so they foretold something. What can you foretell with mono white? What can you foretell with mono white? All right, well, so they were trying to do the mono white Heliod deck, gain life, give everything +1s. I had Heliod in the deck, and I drew into it, and then I'm doing the attack with Linden, gain life, make it stronger, and then Heliod, give it lifelink, make it even stronger, and they're like, never mind. Alright, so that was Oketra. Let's switch to another deck. Because, how long does this historic Brawl last? Well, obviously, today, in terms of okay, let's play Zakama. Huge dinosaur, huge elder dinosaur to terrorize the opponent, please. Oh, we've got the Cuban Gamer online at the moment, friend of the podcast. She was there twice on the podcast, I think. Uh-oh, Tegrid, not good. Turgrid. Okay, not good, but we'll play. We're gonna have trouble with this deck, definitely, because my deck takes a lot to get set up with. Probably gonna get milled a lot and other stuff. Scythe, that's a good one. Four mana can get me into the Guardian project, but if my hand survives... Search your library for a card named Whisper Swat, put it on the battlefield. This is Brawl, you can only have one at a time, so are you sure about that? Alright, let's put a little distraction over here. Go off and attack my Planeswalker. They can play their 4 mana artifact. Or if they wait one more turn, I can tribunal it. My deck is going pretty slow. I'm surprised they haven't done any of the discard stuff. One, two, three. So that's 5 in total. Now there's 2 planeswalkers to deal with. I don't know if you could hear that, but she said, "You fight like a city brat." Let's see if they get greedy here. If they drop their 5th land, they'll probably play their Brawl Mander, and then I can exile it, and then they'll rage quit. But nope, it's tapped. Okay. And then they're convoking something. Fine. Attach that as a 3/4. No problem. All my planeswalkers live. They're both good targets. Single black mana left. That probably means...
Now do you see the benefits of peace?
Guess we'll set up right here for some land drops. I mean, for some card draw.
Starting over's the only way.
So if they manage to steal my Forerunner, there's no dinosaur for them to go search for. Counting my mana, eh? Okay, so no more land drops. Okay, no more land drops. Perfect. So let's get rid of their raison d'etre right there.
Wait, you think nature is kind?
Well, if I grow from the ashes kicked, I'll be able to get all the mana that I need. Never mind. So one of my windows says out of memory. That was the chat box, which makes no sense.
Strike now! Strike hard!
They've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana in total. Wow. Real doesn't matter because I have no cards to discard.
No one has seen my face and lived. Perish the thought.
I'm not sure if things crashed. Were people able to... Did it crash or was it always visible?
Not again!
This has been a waste of my time.
Still working on your end. Okay, that's good. It popped up for a moment to say out